Okay? Hello everybody. Last time we finished talking about Charles Dickens. Remember the importance of the plot as his novels were published serially, the way he treated his characters. He was a very ironical writer. His characters very often were caricatures. In fact, his minor characters as caricatures were the best characters. Before talking about Oliver Twist, we're going to have a look at some curiosities. Dickens had a photographic memory of people and events in his childhood. In fact, you can see that his descriptions are very precise, very accurate. Quindi di una memoria fotografica di eventi della sua infanzia, which he used in his writings. He was fascinated by hypnotism and attempted to use it to cure his wife and children, quindi l'ipnosi lo affascinava. He was an obsessive compulsive, era una persona ossessiva e compulsiva. It was reported that he used to rearrange his hotel furniture, doveva aggiustarsi il mobilio se entrava in un albergo, and had to sleep with his head pointing north, dormiva con la testa verso nord. A Christmas Carol 1843, quindi un canto di Natale, A Christmas Carol, was published at around the same time as the use of Christmas trees and carols, quindi fu pubblicato appunto nel periodo di Natale, visto che l'utilizzo degli alberi di Natale e dei canti di Natale became widespread, divenne molto diffuso, and the first Christmas cards appeared. Quindi era l'epoca in cui apparivano i primi bigliettini di Natale. In 1846, Dickens founded Urania Cottage, a home for the redemption of fallen women, quindi una casa per la redenzione delle donne che avevano sbagliato, who were taught domestic skills to be reintegrated in society. Quindi gli si insegnava praticamente la vita domestica per il loro reintegro nella società. About 400 films and TV series based on the works of Dickens have been produced so far. So Dickens is a great inspirer of films for the cinema and for TV. Key ideas. So we're going to start with Oliver Twist, okay? And Oliver Twist talks about a little boy who ends up in a workhouse because he is an orphan. Remember the definition of the workhouse. The workhouse was a place where poor people who had nothing, no home, no money, lived and worked. They were given board and lodging, very poor lodging, very little to eat, and they worked for the factory or the company, okay? The world of the workhouse. Dickens attacked the social evils of his times, quindi attaccò i mali sociali del suo tempo, such as poor houses, come le povere case, unjust courts, i tribunali ingiusti, and the underworld, quindi il sottomondo degli esclusi, dei criminali e dei poveri. With the rise of the level of poverty, con l'aumento del livello della povertà, workhouses run by parishes were built, quindi queste case che alloggiavano i lavoratori gestiti dalle parrocchie, all'inizio quello, were built all over England, furono costruite in tutta l'Inghilterra to give relief to poor, per dare sollievo ai poveri. However, the conditions prevailing in the workhouses were appalling, le condizioni erano terribili, and they did not provide any means for social or economic advances, e non fornivano mezzi di avanzamento sociale o economico. Furthermore, inoltre, as Dickens points out, come sottolinea Dickens, instead of alleviating the sufferings of the poor, invece di sollevare le sofferenze dei poveri, the officials who ran workhouses, coloro che gestivano appunto queste case per i lavoratori, abused their rights, abusavano della loro autorità as individuals, come individui, and caused them further misery, quindi causavano un'ulteriore difficoltà e miseria per le persone che erano alloggiate lì. Okay, we're going to start now with the plot of Oliver Twist. Oliver Twist, in fact, has been the subject of various films, okay? I'm not going to read the plot in the book, but I'm going to read the plot that I have in another book, and I think it is more practical. Oliver Twist, 1837-38, gli anni in cui è stato scritto. Oliver Twist is one of the first novels in the English language to focus on a child appalling situation of the workhouses. Quindi metteva appunto l'obiettivo su un bambino come protagonista. Set in the back streets and slums of London, quindi ambientato nelle strade povere e nei tuguri di Londra, this novel exposes the appalling situation of the workhouses. Questo romanzo descrive la situazione orribile delle case dei lavoratori and the exploitation of children, e lo sfruttamento dei bambini, as a cheap form of labor and as criminals, quindi come forma economica di lavoro, e li sfruttavano anche come criminali. Extreme poverty, un'estrema povertà, hunger, murder and blackmail, la fame, gli assassini, il ricatto, are all major elements in this tale, sono gli elementi principali di questo racconto, and combined with the fear that accompanies Oliver right to the end, e combinati con la paura che accompagna Oliver fino alla fine, make it a gripping story, ne fanno una storia interessante, highlighted with moments of comic relief, che anche contiene dei momenti di sollievo comici. The plot, quindi vediamo la trama. Oliver Twist is an orphan, è un orfano, who lives until the age of 9 in the parish orphanage, quindi vive fino all'età di 9 anni nell'orfanatrofio parrocchiale, but is taken back into the workhouse, ma viene poi messo in una workhouse where he was born to work for his food, quindi lo riportano lì e lui lavora per avere da mangiare. In the workhouse, Oliver shocks everyone by asking for more food. Quindi fa come uno scandalo, perché lui chiede più da mangiare, something never done before by any other child, qualcosa di mai fatto prima da qualsiasi altro bambino. As a consequence, come conseguenza, he is sold for £5 to work as an apprentice at an undertaker's, quindi viene venduto per 5 sterline per lavorare come apprendista da una compagnia di funerali, but this situation is no better than the workhouse, ma questa situazione non è meglio della workhouse, so he decides to run away to London, quindi scappa a Londra. There he makes friends with the Artful Dodger, a talented pickpocket, quindi si fa amico con Artful Dodger, un pickpocket, who takes him back to his home, quindi che lo riporta a casa sua, Fagin's den, sarebbe la casa di Fagin, in the slums of London, nei tuguri di Londra. Fagin keeps a gang of homeless boys, quindi ha un gruppo di ragazzi senza tetto, and trains them to steal for him, quindi li allena a rubare per lui, helped by the brutal burglar Bill Sikes, quindi aiutato dal ladro, and his girlfriend Nancy, a prostitute, quindi Bill Sikes è il ladro, la sua ragazza che è una prostituta. Oliver is forced to work for Fagin as a thief, quindi è forzato a lavorare praticamente per Fagin come ladro, and one night is shot when trying to steal from a rich family. Una notte quindi gli sparano quando lui cerca di rubare per una famiglia ricca. When the lady of the house, Mrs. Maylie, realizes he is only a child, quando la signora proprietaria della casa si rende conto che lui è soltanto un bambino, she is shocked, quindi è molto scioccata, and decides to take care of him, decide di prendersi cura di lui. Nancy visits Mrs. Maylie as she would like to help Oliver, quindi vorrebbe aiutare Oliver, and eventually with the help of a kind gentleman who befriended Oliver, Mr. Brownlow, quindi con l'aiuto di un altro signore che ha aiutato Oliver, they discover Oliver's true identity, scoprono la sua vera identità, and he is adopted by Mr. Brownlow, quindi viene adottato da questo signore Mr. Brownlow. Nancy is murdered by Bill Sikes for helping Oliver, quindi il ladro Bill Sikes uccide Nancy perché appunto ha aiutato Oliver, but Sikes also dies, Sikes anche muore, and Fagin is finally captured by the police and hanged, quindi Fagin alla fine viene catturato dalla polizia e impiccato. The innocent young Oliver is saved and the villains are all punished, quindi tutti i banditi vengono puniti. Ok? Quindi questo qui è la trama di Oliver Twist. Okay, I think we can stop here. The next thing we are going to have is a text taken from Oliver Twist with a brief introduction before.